Wow. I just made up a game. I'm really excited about this game. I don't have makeup on. That's right now. Okay. It's called the Because game. Or no excuses, but everything is connected. So I don't believe in excuses. I think that's a really shaming thing that certain cultures and communities teach, the idea that we're just giving excuses. I know what they're saying. They're saying that if you get too fixated on your excuses, that you won't do the thing that you want to do. And if you don't do the thing that you want to do, then that derails your whole hope for your own life. So it's like, it's cool, but I just believe it can be shaming to tell somebody no excuses. I think what they should say is, if you can, devote some time to figuring out what your excuses mean and where they're coming from. So, if you need help doing that, play my brand new Because game. Here's how it works. So you say, I'm tired. And maybe that's your quote-unquote excuse. But you can't stop there. You have to go, I'm tired, and then you add because. So you're like, I'm tired because. And now you have to give as honest an answer as you possibly can. So it's like, I'm tired because I just finished a 12-hour release show last weekend, and I booked there's a cloud light show and a visit with my parents the following weekend. So I haven't had enough time for myself to recoup and get everything ready for the next thing. Now that was a little bit long of an answer for this game, because now I would have to remember that. And then, so what you do, now that's period. Now you do the game again. But you have to start with the second half of your first example. So now I'd be like, I had a 12-hour show on Saturday, followed by my parents visiting and a cloud light show this weekend, and I don't have any time to recoup and have lots to get ready for that because. And so when you add that next because, now you can start to look at your motives for why you did that in the first place. Why did I do that? So blah, 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 blah. I had that, and now I have this because I like feeling successful and active. Okay, I just made that one up. But, it could be anything. Whatever pops in your head, as long as it feels 100% honest. It has to feel honest. Now, there's always a million different answers you could give, or excuses you could give. But it doesn't matter which one. They're each going to take you down a different thought map, like a little web of things floating outward. And so you can always start the game over and do it with a different excuse. And so if I just said, I don't remember what I said, and I can't go back and watch the video because it's filming. Because I like feeling successful and active, something like that, right? Okay, so blah, 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 blah. I did all these things and I stacked all these things together because I like feeling successful and active, period. Now I have to start the game, part 3. I have to say, I like feeling successful and active because, and then fill that in. Let's see. I like feeling successful and active because this is easier to do when you're not filming yourself, because I feel like, I don't know, I'm too aware of the fact that this can be seen later. And, maybe that's good, maybe it's not. I'm just very distracted by things. So, So this game was going really well when I was playing by myself without a camera in front of me. But, yeah. So you should try it. It's really useful. I like feeling successful and active because, I could go down so many different thought holes right now. I could be like, because I was raised to believe that being successful was, worthy of praise, and then I would end up down a thought hole about my childhood. Like, the next sentence would be like, I was raised to believe that being successful and active was worthy of praise because, and it could be like, because my parents were raised that way, or it could be because the school system that I was in validated blah, 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 blah. It could be anything. But as you go down these random thought holes, I don't even know if they're thought holes. They're more like thought expansion. Like, it helps you think outside of, or at least for me, this helps me get out of just, I'm tired. Sometimes if I just sit in, I'm tired, then it's just a complaining energy, and I do spin it pretty negatively. And I do feel a lot of lack of perspective and a lot of like failure, like, oh, why am I tired today? I had all this stuff I wanted to do, but I'm tired. This kind of thinking gets me out of that. Like, don't just sit thinking how tired you are. That it's whether or not it's an excuse doesn't even matter. It is an excuse, but excuses are real. Like, they exist. We give them because they're real, because they're based on things. They're based on reality. They're based on real feelings you're having right now. And your feelings are real. And you can learn how to put walls up to them so that you don't have to feel them. And you can learn how to float above them so you don't have to feel them. But for me, the best way to get out of my feelings is to allow myself to acknowledge them and allow them to be real.